gentleman I'd like to introduce. Oh, where is he? He's a registered lobbyist for gun owners and outdoorsmen. He's a director of Coalition of Connecticut Sportsmen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Crook.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a real pleasure to see all you people here. Let me give you a perspective of what's happening in the legislature. This year we're facing more gun control issues than ever before, and every gun owner needs to, and I underline this, communicate with your legislators. The act by a crazed person in Newtown was a tragedy, and we all feel remorse, and legislators are now searching for a solution. The key question to be asked is, what is the cause? Is it us, or is it something else? There are three elements to address for a solution. And our priority, number one, is mental health, two is school security, and three, and last, is firearms. Unfortunately, the issue with the highest legislative priority is firearms. Gun owners are under serious attack. The media is also focused on gun bills, and the coverage has been overwhelming. I've done virtually nothing for the last month except talk to the media. And it's just overwhelming. We know that Connecticut is rated 5th in the nation with the best laws by the national anti-gun groups, yet the bills proposed so far are predominantly gun issues and those that have been defeated in the past. Almost everything up here, we've defeated it in the past. While there's always room for improvement, I've been unable to come up with anything to balance the laws that they're proposing. We have good gun laws.
Too many.
Well, I'll tell you what, I go out to clubs and I talk, and I tell them this is a sea of tranquility and an ocean of turmoil. Just look at the states surrounding us, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and particularly New York with their recent legislative action. We have not seen any proposal which addresses the issue of a crazed person committing murder. Rather, gun owners are being attacked with expansion of the so-called assault weapon bill, which has been a failure both here and on the national level. A ban on over 10-round magazines, which failed in 2011 in this state. Ammunition control, 50% tax on sales, release of the pistol permit names, requiring insurance to purchase a firearm or ammunition, one-bullet guns, and others that will be proposed. None of which would have affected the murders at Newtown. The perpetrator was not a legal gun owner, murdered his mother, stole the firearms, carried without a pistol permit, carried firearms in a gun-free zone, broke into and entered the school and murdered 26 children and teachers. What we're facing right now are quick fixes, do something, firearm solutions to this heartbreaking incident. Again, what's the real cause of this tragedy? Will legislators determine that issue or continue to prioritize anti-gun legislation affecting us, the legal gun owners? It's obvious we're facing an onslaught of do-nothing gun bills. We have no police report to evaluate what happened at Sandy Hook. We are plagued by a lack of gun knowledge by many legislators. Emotion is rampant, and the theme is do something.
No!
And that means guns. Some have mentioned Connecticut will establish a new standard for the nation, which we already have. New York passed legislation in closed-door negotiations, no public hearing, emergency certification, and instituted no solution garbage.
Nazis! Oh, forgot who sent the police! New York sucks!
Connecticut is better than that, and our legislature deserves some credit. In your communications with legislators, it's important to address not only the restriction on gun owners, but also the cost to the state. Right now, we're about $1 billion in debt. What's the loss to the state if some of these bills pass? And that's one of the things you ought to ask legislators. Will we be reimbursed for magazines? Where will you buy your ammunition? Out of state is right. People have told me they'll go to New Hampshire, buy their cigarettes and buy their booze. How many gun stores will go out of business? Will Cabela's move because of lack of sales? Will gun companies relocate? That threat has been made before. All issues to be considered. We have been told by some legislators that mental health will not have a high priority. This is a state responsibility. That school security will not have a high priority, a local responsibility, because aid to cities and towns will be cut under the new budget, and that leaves guns in the legislator's mind as the solution. All gun owners must communicate with their state representative and state senator. This is the key. Most of them don't know anything about gun laws. They don't know, some of them don't know anything about guns.
That's right.
So it's time to educate them. Now let me say this. All you people came here today, and that is absolutely great and phenomenal. What you've got to do, even more important, since there's very few legislators here, is show up at the public hearings. Write your legislators, email them, call them, put the pressure on. They understand that. Gun owners have many activists and a few lobbyists at the Capitol. I happen to be one. Been doing it for 33 years. So what you got, whether good or bad, in your estimation, is probably partially my fault. But the other thing, we've got to have grassroots support. We've got to have you turn out at the public hearings and communicate. And that means you, every one of you. Urge them to support common sense. Common sense. Participate in communicating and testifying. The legislators, believe it or not, want to hear from you. They want your opinion. They want to know the facts. Educate them. Show up at the public hearings and do the job. We'll win. Thank you very much.